without speaking to a professional, talking out of my ass,
Yeah.
are generally boards bigger than the representatives that go to represent them.
Okay.
So, therefore, the people interviewed in the game had nothing to do with the creation or the printing of the name of that game on the disc. So, prove to me that it's Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3.
Okay. 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 There we go.
So, you did not name a fact.
Nope.
And I asked you for an example of a fact.
Exactly. Can't name that. Sorry. I guess if you're always right, then that's what happens.
No, I'm not always right.
See, the
Nobody's
thing
right.
The thing
No,
is, Dan, is I actually admitted that I was wrong, and you refused to do the same thing.
the problem is that by going by the parameters that you have set, nobody is right about anything.
No, that's not true.
No, it is.
No. People that actually know all the information.
Okay, somebody that knows all the information about what? Give me one example. You can't do it because set by the parameters that you set, nobody's fucking right about anything.
Okay, the person that brews Bud Light,
Okay.
they could probably explain to you in fact how Bud Light is brewed, correct?
Okay, yeah. You know what? Actually, no.
No?
They're not the people that actually brew it. The
Um,
people that actually brew it
yeah.
do it by it.
I said the person who brews Bud Light.
Person. Okay.
Okay.
Define.
No, they don't actually brew Bud Light. The people that brew Bud Light don't brew Bud Light.
Particular or name
Jackass.
or you know what? Give me the particular name of the person that brews the Bud Light.
Don't know.
Exactly.
Yeah, because I don't know. But I'm saying that person will.
That person may or may not. However, I can guarantee you. I can almost guarantee you that person is not the only
I'm
person.
gonna back out, dude, real quick.
I can almost guarantee you that that's not the same person
Yeah,
that has everything to absolutely do with everything that has to do with brewing
Hey,
this beer.
are you actually gonna come up on Monday? You want 1 o'clock?
I like it.
Do you want to go 1 o'clock to?
I'm not gonna be here on Monday
Why? Why
I'm
don't you
gonna be
stay
at
in
home.
Lansport?
because I have shit I have to take care of.
Dude, everybody's gonna go.
I know, but I have shit I have to take care of. It needs to be taken care of.
Can you take care of it tomorrow?
No, I can't.
Why?
Because nothing's open on Sunday.
Damn it, Dan. Robert's coming up.
I know Robert's coming up, and he doesn't come up any other time, so why should I make time in my schedule to see him?
True. You could at least hit him in the nuts. It'd be like a plus.
On your way to work. Just punch him in the balls.
But what you're saying, Ben, by your parameters, anybody but the single-handed person that does that specific part of what happens doesn't know anything for a fact.
Nope. I'm not saying that.
No, you
I'm
are.
saying that anybody can actually thoroughly explain all the information and has it on hand. They know.
No. Yeah, okay.
Why is that so hard to argue? Why is
Okay,
that so
so
hard
the
for you to
person,
see?
so the person that brews Bud Light.
Mhm.
I'm sorry. When it comes to ingredients in the Bud Light,
Mhm.
who's to say that those ingredients are actually those ingredients?
Don't know. I don't have the facts to explain that.
Exactly. Nobody does, because according to your parameters, an expert would have to tell you, or not even an expert, somebody that could display all the information absolutely on hand.
So you're saying that nobody knows.
And I'm saying that by your parameters, nobody knows fucking anything.
Now I'm pretty sure that somebody knows what goes in the contents of Bud Light, because if they didn't, then that wouldn't be the contents of Bud Light then.
What I'm saying,
Somebody has to know what's going on.
no, that's the whole point of your argument is that nobody knows what anything is, because what you're saying is the person.
No, I'm saying that people do know what's going on.
Okay, no.
And there are people that try to say they know what's going on, but actually don't.
But what you're saying is without reputably referencing an expert, the person that brews Bud Light doesn't know that the water going into Bud Light is water.
How do you know they're not the expert?
You know what? To be completely honest, I don't know that.
And neither do I.
However, if that person isn't, then that expert, that person that brews Bud Light doesn't actually know what's going into Bud Light, and he would have to consult multiple experts on what's actually going into Bud Light, and those experts would have to reference further scientific proof that this water is actually water. And where did those scientists come up with that? Where?
If and when, dude.
The
That's the
information.
great if. Yeah.
No, it's not
If
the great
he's not
if.
an expert.
The great if is
Well, what if he is?
But if he can't,
If
but if he can't readily display all the information on hand
And that's the great thing, dude, is the fact that
What you're
nobody's
saying-
an expert in every single field.
But what you're
So there is a person out there that knows exactly what water is, what the breakdown of the molecules
without
are.
referencing something that happened hundreds of years ago?
They probably could.
Sorry for being a skeptic, but
You
I
don't
really,
think so?
I really don't. Just
Sure.
about everything that we have in today's science, I would say, by relative thinking, I may be wrong, would come down to a lot of theorems and everything else that had been created hundreds of years ago. Most mathematical theorems.
But do you agree that there are studies that can prove facts?
No, I don't. Not by your parameters.
Oh, okay, that's not my parameters, because I said, do you believe?
I do, yes.
Really? There are studies that
I
can
said
prove-
I do, but I don't by your parameters.
What are my parameters?
Your parameters are that everybody that proves anything to be absolute fact has to have all the information readily available without consulting anybody in front of them at hand
that's
and
not
be
true.
able to explain
They
it.
actually just had to conduct their studies. And the people that actually...
But-
that's the first person. The thing is if you have somebody that's talking about something else that they're not thoroughly involved in, that they don't have the study for, they need to get a hold of that information. And they themselves need to recognize that that's proof.
Okay,
They can't just pull it out of thin air.
that's fine. But the definition, actually, the definition of a number, difference between numbers, of separate numbers, is that there is
Why are you
a
recording?
is that there is
Shut
a
up.
number or an indefinite amount of numbers between them to distinguish the two. 2.9 repeating and 3 do not have that.
Okay. The same as 3.9 repeating in 4.
Yeah, absolutely. However, you won't take my word for that. You have
So
to
you're
have.
also saying that 2.8 repeating equals 2.9.
Yes. I am.
Okay.
However, you won't accept any of that as fact without a proof readily at hand when. Okay, that's fine.
Is that so much to ask?
But
Why
by.
should I believe whatever you say without question?
I'm not saying that.
Yeah, you actually
No,
are.
I'm
Fine.
not.
I should.
I'm not. However,
you tell me that I am a fiend for wanting proof of this.
what I'm saying is
Why
that
would I believe what you say just out of thin air?
what I'm saying is that by your parameters, nobody can prove anything.
That's not true.
That's absolutely
I
true.
never said that.
Well, you never said that.
I know I didn't.
But-
And
but-
that's what I'm saying.
however-
you also just pulled that out. of thin air.
However,
Congratulations.
no.
You're a
However,
very imaginative person.
however, through your parameters, nobody can prove anything.
Dan, you don't even know what my parameters are. You keep throwing that word along. Like
Your
fucking candy to a
parameters you
baby.
described to me as being able to conduct a thorough study.
And you don't believe that
produce a
people should
fact.
conduct thorough studies.
No, I do.
Okay. there we
However,
go.
however, anything that they describe in their studies has to be known as fact, and those facts have to be conducted by thorough studies. When most facts, at their base core, come down to studies that are done millions of years ago by
Hmm.
people that are long dead.
You don't know that for a fact.
Exactly.
There you go.
Nothing can be proved.
Yeah, I can.
No,
Yeah, I can.
no, absolutely not. Not by your parameters.
Dan, you're such a cynicist.
I'm not a cynicist. I'm taking what you said and I'm trying to develop my.
You're taking what I said and misconstruing it to prove your own point.
I'm take-
That's fair enough, dude.
I'm,
I've done that before.
and
too,
you
dude.
can do that all you want to my words.
I'm saying.
But what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to ask you for a credible source that I can
No,
quote.
you're just trying to prove me wrong, and it's not working very well for you.
It's not working very well because